Hello my fellow investors and welcome back to another market update for the week of August 14th. It has been an absolute maddening week. So you can see right here the SP 500 did a lot of stuff within these past couple days, going from like 4,253 points all the way up to a peak, guys, of 4,320 points, though at the end of the day on Friday it pretty much just fell at 1.35%, ending the 5-day week at around negative 1.27%. So last week we had a massive bull market rally, and this week it seems like the bulls are starting to waver a little bit. So let's actually delve into the S&P 500 heat map to see how the majority of the companies did. And now looking at the S&P 500 heat map, guys, we can see, well, it's actually a little bit of an inverse of what we saw last week. Pretty much every company that was in the green last week now is in the red, and everyone that was in the red last week that was in the green, i.e. the healthcare sector. But nonetheless, let's actually come over here to the technology sector, starting with the industry of software: Microsoft, Apple, Adobe, Oracle, SNPS, FTNT, pretty much all in the red. The biggest one that I can see right here, guys, is actually Synopsys SNPS, down 5.82%, which is absolutely massive, followed by FTN down 5.53%, Adobe falling 4.63%, Microsoft falling almost 2%, and Apple falling 1/3%. It doesn't fare any better for the semiconductors industry either. Pretty much everything here was in the red as well, except for ON Semiconductor Corporation, which was up almost 2%. Companies like Nvidia, Intel, Texas Instrument, QCOM, AVGO, AMD all falling a significant amount, with, I believe, Micron actually falling almost 7%. However, we do, guys, have a couple of green ones aside from ON Semiconductors. IBM, believe it or not, going up 3.25%, and also right here CW Corporation up 4.5%. Overall, guys, this sector was actually fairly in the red. Also, on top of that, I didn't even see this one down here, Cisco up 4.5%, which, by the way, I believe Cisco announced that they would actually increase prices recently. So yeah, that might not bear too good in the future. We'll see what happens. But overall, guys, the technology sector very much in the red. Coming now into the communications, we got a lot of red too, though. Looking at the mega caps like Google, Facebook, Match, and Twitter, all in the red, and Facebook actually falling down the most at almost 7%. Entertainment also falling with only like one, which is Warner Bros. Gaining at 0.36%. Disney falling 1.18%, Comcast falling 3.3%, Charter falling almost 5%, Netflix falling 3.27%, and Live Nations Entertainment falling 3.7%. At the telecom industry, we got Verizon falling 1.62% on the week, now to $44.42. T-Mobile falling, but essentially flat at 0.06%, and AT&T actually gained 0.88%. Overall, this sector very red, guys. The one that was definitely leading was none other than that of Meta Platforms. Into the consumer cyclicals, we got actually kind of 50-50 over here. We got the mega caps like Amazon and Tesla falling at around 3.71% and 1.12%. However, we got companies like GM gaining 0.56%, while Ford Motors fell 1.85%. And actually, guys, I believe GM announced that they would reinstate the dividend back. So that's actually fairly interesting. Looking now at the home improvements, oh boy, these two stocks have had quite a week. We have had earnings for them. And by the way, guys, if you guys haven't checked it out yet, I did make a video about Home Depot's earnings and the Lowe's earning. And in the Lowe's earnings video, I compared Home Depot's as well. And, well, surprise, Home Depot is actually beating Lowe's. Make sure to check out those videos to get more specific. But yeah, Home Depot by far right now significantly better than Lowe's, and unfortunately it is up 2.04%. Lowe's is up 2.37%, both significantly above what they were just a couple weeks ago, guys, at $321 for Home Depot, $211.36 for Lowe's. McDonald's also gained at 1.66%, while Starbucks and a bunch of other restaurant companies falling a significant amount, except for Chipotle actually gained 0.5%. Nike actually lost 2.5%, and when it came to the residential construction, everything here was essentially in the red. So as you can see, consumer cyclicals pretty mixed. The big ones fell and a couple of the little ones fell as well, but there were a couple of them that were kind of in the green. However, they weren't significantly enough to offset all the other ones that were significantly in the red. Now coming over here to the consumer defensives, as you can see, very green sector with only a few that actually lost. Ironically enough, Target falling 3.15%, EL lost 0.76%, we got NWL losing 1.14. Over here, we got TAP losing 1.09 and Kraft Heinz losing 0.36. And also Tyson Foods fell at around 0.05, but it's essentially flat. Overall, guys, this sector was very much in the green, which from what it looks like, Kroger company actually gaining 4.85, which was the highest. Other notable ones were like Walmart, Costco, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, KDP, all gaining a significant amount. Pretty much if you were in any of these companies in this sector, you were doing pretty good this week. Coming into now the financials, guys, a lot of red. Last week, most of this was in the green. In fact, I remember even saying that all the banks were in the green by a huge amount. Yet now, it's not the case. JP Morgan, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Citi all falling a significant amount, with Citi actually losing the most at 3.25%. When it comes to the credit card services, we got Visa and MasterCard. Well, MasterCard was essentially at 0, while Visa gained 0.7. American Express, PayPal, Capital One, Discover Financial Services, and SYF all falling, with, I believe from what it looks like, SYF falling the most at 5.06%. When it came to the other parts of this sector, Berkshire Hathaway falling 1.42%, MSCI falling 5.57%, BlackRock falling 5.05%. And even though we do have a lot of red here, guys, we have actually an industry here that did fairly good at insurance, property, and casualty. CB, PGR, Travelers, Allstate, and WRB all gaining, with actually Progressive gaining the most at 4.7%, while CINF and Lowe's actually fell a pretty decent amount. Overall, guys, this sector very much in the red. Looking now into the healthcare, we got the industry of drug manufacturing actually kind of doing the opposite of what it did last week. We got Johnson & Johnson up 2.43, Eli Lilly up 4.77, Merck up 1.17, Gilead up 3.78, and Amgen up 0.99, which, by the way, I did promise one of my commenters a stock analysis on Amgen. I will probably get to that this weekend, so just hold fast for that one. But other companies like, for example, Pfizer, BMY, and AbbVie fell a significant amount. And also, I just remembered too, I did promise another stock analysis on BMY as well, so sorry about that. I believe it was Elizabeth. She was the one that recommended BMY, so I gotta do BMY and Amgen in the next couple days, so be on the lookout for those. But nonetheless, guys, you can see right here, we did have a little bit of red, with Biogen, I believe, losing the most at 3.12%, but overall a very green industry. The biggest one that gained was Eli Lilly at 4.77%. However, the rest of this sector didn't fare so well. As you can see, medical devices actually fell a significant amount. Healthcare plans actually were somewhat in the green. Diagnostics and research pretty much all in the red, except for Agilent Technologies gaining 3.05%. And the biggest one falling here is actually PKI, falling 8.09%. Other industries like biotechnology, Moderna fell 14.65%. That is an absolutely catastrophic drop. So overall, when it came to all these other industries in the healthcare sector, guys, pretty much everything here was in the red. Coming into the industrials, a lot of 50-50, though the ones that were in the red fell by a significant amount. The specialty industrials, we got 3M falling 4.62 to a price of $145, which it is still significantly above the 52-week, which was at around like 129. We got GE falling 2.77, Illinois Toolwork 1.73, PH falling almost 4%. A very red industry, except for companies like Honeywell gained 0.34, CMI gained 0.36, TT gained 0.09, but essentially flat. And yeah, guys, pretty much overall a really red sector, with the worst one being GNRC falling 8.74%. In the aerospace, a lot of them gained, but a lot of them also fell. Boeing falling 4.16%, Raytheon 1.7%, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, and General Dynamics gained, with Northrop Grumman gaining the most at 2.33. And when it came to the rest of the industrial sector, kind of 50-50. The airlines got completely crushed. All of them are all in the red. Railroads, pretty much everything in the red. Integrated freight and logistics actually in the green, except for JB Hunt Transport Services down 2.76%. But overall, guys, when it came to this sector, I would say it's 50-50, though leaning more towards the red, because the ones that were red were really deep in the red. In the real estate sector, a lot of red, guys. Everything here was pretty much losing except for IRM, Iron Mountain Incorporated, which gained 1.57%. And aside from that, everything else was in the red, which I believe the one that lost the most was actually VTR, losing 6.77%. In the utilities, not surprising, guys, utilities are one of the most defensive sectors because, let's face it, they're the only ones that are able to monopolize through government regulation. And I don't think people are going to stop using electricity or water. So yeah, or gas, right? So really defensive sector. You can see everything here is in the green except for Next Era Energy falling 0.84%. Duke, Southern, Zell, AEP all gained. In the utilities diversified, a lot of green here as well, except for Exelon, which actually fell 0.07%. And when it came to the water, actually AWK lost 0.33%. But overall, guys, very green sector. And now to the sector that it's by far the one that has outperformed everything so far. We got the energy sector. We got the mega oil companies, ExxonMobil gaining 0.09% while Chevron lost 1.35%. Meanwhile, we got this industry over here where ConocoPhillips, EOG, Occidental, DVN, Hess, PXD, CTRA, all pretty much gaining with, look at this, guys, Occidental gaining a whopping 8.5%, absolutely massive. However, we do have a little bit of red here when it came to the oil and gas refining market, PSX falling 1.73. But overall, guys, this sector is actually kind of 50-50. So you can see the mega caps like Chevron obviously brought this down, but this industry right here brought the entire sector up in my personal opinion. And lastly, for the basic materials, everything here, guys, is absolutely in the red, which I believe that, well, Newmont's actually falling the most at 6.5%. Overall, guys, as you can see, the SP 500 did not fare so well this past week, and I honestly do not foresee a bull market actually continuing. In fact, a lot of people are saying that this jump, this rally that we have had in these past couple weeks is actually a bear market rally. So yeah, we're probably going to see a lot more red in the future if those people's predictions actually come true, and I'm kind of in the same ballpark. I don't think the bear market is over yet. But that pretty much is it for this video. Like if you like, comment, subscribe, really does help here with the algorithm on YouTube. So with that said, guys, peace out, and I will see you all in the next video.